Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Will Lutz on for the point after. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. From the 6. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And, Charles, this defense, I have to imagine, kind of licking its chops when you get a chance to face a team that's lost 3 straight.
And my surprise was listening to their head coach in his weekly presser, because normally you and I see guys that get up there and say, everybody's a threat any given Sunday, that sort of thing. But he was asked if this might be a trap game, and he essentially said he didn't see anything to worry about. Now, normally you say that to your team, but you don't tell us. He definitely
breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Tua now on 1st down. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Tua going to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And this one will not get there. It's off. To the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. First carry for Kenneth Gainwell. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It was Sebastian Joseph who got him down defensively. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, Murray. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Murray now. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray. Touchdown! It's complete. Herb Smith Jr., his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early and give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game. They always say, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be...
But I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Whenever we call a game that's in the snow, we have to focus a little bit more, trying to make sure we've got the right numbers on players that we're calling, right? The right guys in the game. Think about the guys on the field. Their focus has to really increase as well because so many things coming at you. You got to make sure that you're really locked in on taking care of the ball.
Or if you don't, you cough it up like they did right there.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield.
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Romeo Okwara. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Murray. It's Miller, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Murray now on 1st down. He's got Smith here. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray eluding the pressure right. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. DJ Moore, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term, they just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past it.
From the 6. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick six extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
From the 6. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Gerald Everett is tied in, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Buying time to his left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a first down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his back.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Got a man. It's the rookie Jalen Waddle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
To a hit, and the ball is out.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Here's Tua. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. To the right side and complete to Washington. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. They stop it for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep, Damiere Byrd. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. To throw is Murray. That's caught by his tight end, Kylen Granson. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy. All these...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. They'll try the left side with Gainwell. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And here's a handoff to Gainwell. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. To throw, it's Murray. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Scotty Miller with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to add on to their first half lead. They always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Tua to try again on 2nd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kenneth Murray. take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game really becoming a one-sided affair. Pick six there. It's in danger of being over before halftime.
And that's going to be a major league test for both of these teams because, look, you feel like you've got this thing locked up, right? But on the other side, in the other locker room, it's going to be a test of pride now. Forget speeches, forget adjustments. What kind of pride do they have to start the second half?
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. He gets it to Sims, complete. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Play action, now it's Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Malik Jackson able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach, and let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're going louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. Well, that's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on him. You hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Joey Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Back near his goal line, here's Tua. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Back to Gainwell here on 2nd down. Gainwell a 1st down and more.
And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 15.
93 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone.
On the handoff, Gainwell.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Here's Gainwell.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, it's Gainwell.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be... Him down. Second and 14. Another try after the first down sack. Tua. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Malik Jackson in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a third and long. Now Tua on the bootleg here. And that is incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Now it's Bird on the return. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they'll stay on the ground with Gainwell again. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 107 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. Shifts by him. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Running right, this is Gainwell. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners, keep moving it, keep grinding clock.
And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 33. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
And they'll try and run for it with Gainwell. Gainwell a first down and more. And down to the 16-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Gainwell. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And this is Gainwell. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. On the draw, Gainwell. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. And Lutz's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now again, a run with Gainwell. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound Brandon no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Joey Bosa picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Throwing on second and long. Tua. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
So taking a risk here early in the new year, they're going to go for it.
Tua on fourth down. And now here's another interception. And it's a fumble. So they lost yardage, and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And the pressure gets there, and Tua's going to be taken down. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Under pressure, they got him again. Malik Jackson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And notice you use the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a fourth down situation. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And he's going to let it go deep. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And they'll indeed take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
This one in the win column for Kansas City. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets.